I still feel guilty being away, but they don't put any pressure on me. So as Tom says, I seem to get over it terribly well. So I've made a big claim for them earlier on, but I'm not going to eat tonight. I'm now thinking that perhaps I might be persuaded. The first day is the worst day, same as combining. It's the worst day.
Always.
Yeah, it's
always.
You just
Best
almost,
day's the last day.
You almost got to just get it done. So pea drilling has started. Fantastic. Glyn's really happy. He's out of the stable. He's really happy. Look at that. Barely makes a noise, that Challenger. It's so quiet. 3 inches deep, 240 kilograms a hectare. That's where his spring peas going in the ground. Love it. Bought that drill 2012, brand new. Great investment. What a lovely job. Looks really good. Get that rolled. Maybe tomorrow. It's going to be perfect. And over there in the corner, you can't see it because of the sun, Freddie and Raymond with the seed and the forklift. So Glyn get cracked on, then off to Horningsea. Right, setting the Avatar off. We do like to do things at night. So here we are. Sandy's checking the depth. Here's our Avatar driver. He's just setting Chris going on it. 25 centimetre rows, putting in 200 kilograms a hectare of spring oats. I mean, what else is going to drill into something like this? So that's a serious cover crop. Anyway, sprayed off, so that will just mooch away, but yeah, it's drilling into that. I mean, for me, this is an alien concept of looking at this. It's a job to believe it's going to work, to be honest. Lovely lights on the back of the drill. Looks like they're so bright, looks like it's coming towards you. So this is 104 acres, almost always our demo field. We always seem to go in 104 acres first. So there's no guessing why it's called 104 acres. So Churchfield, we're on the second field of spring oats. And I'm here with Will Lawton from Horsch, who set up 2 days ago the Avatar at night, and Will's come out to make sure we're doing it right because we're not familiar with the Avatar as such. So it's a spring drilled into the modern version of farming, and my career of farming is there, which is the on the brown soil as opposed to in the green. And Will's now here just looking at the depth. How deep are we, Will?
40 mil.
Oh crumbs, you've gone all metric on me.
Well,
You're old enough to talk.
Inch and a half, inch and three quarters.
Okay. Yeah, 1 3/4 inches, and we've got the 25 centimetre row spacing. Got the drill in the background. 8 kilometres an hour he's going, you said, didn't he?
Yep.
So you were just saying that it's pinched ever so tight because where we're walking is like plasticine on this clay, isn't it? It's really wet.
Really tough.
But this is the strange thing. If you then walk on here, as a comparative, it's beautiful crumb, isn't it?
Yeah. So if we pull that horizon away, we have our depth control wheel, we have our closing wheels in the slot, and our slot has done its job. In front, we're running a closing wheel.
Oh, yeah,
here we come. So here we go. Right there, nice little seam of seed. So across the top, we are 1 3/4,
Yeah,
1.5 inches, 1
Tom,
3/4.
You can see it. You put
So
your eye in there.
If I open that slot up for you, the best way to do this is to put the trowel in, pull it back, and then...
I mean, it's only tight on the top.
Yeah, only tight on the top.
And then once you get down to where the seed is rooted...
See the seed coming out there, look, there you go.
And there's the worms.
And it's all tucked in underneath.
Yeah.
Exactly where it should be.
And it's going to come out in these straight, strong rows, isn't it?
Yep.
But when you walk on the top, though, Will, where that green is, you can't believe that it's going to grow out of that, can you?
It questions your belief when you see the root mass that's there.
Yeah.
And the winter has put down that root mass so tight, that inch of soil on the surface is absolutely solid.
Yeah.
And we've got to wait for that plant to die back and that root to drop away, and hopefully the oats will push
Well, this was sprayed
open
6
through.
days ago. In terms of pressure, what pressure can the Avatar drill put down?
So 230, 240 kilos per disc, and we're
Okay.
currently drilling at 200. So
Okay,
we've
so
got 30, 40 kilos
Oh,
left.
we're quite up there.
Oh yeah, yeah, because we've got to cut through that mat.
Yeah,
If the ground was drier and more crumb,
yeah.
then we would get through. And this is easy drilling. But when we've got a root mass and a cover to get through, we've got to cut through the top.
But even where the wheels run,
Yep,
you know, actually, you can see the tread pattern there.
yep. Even behind where the spray
But
has
it is
been.
still actually, and this is a spray wheel,
So-
isn't it? Yeah,
Initially, this is where I got here this morning.
yeah.
It's okay, but it could be and is better where we are over the field now. If I open that
See how
up,
tight that is.
see it peels open,
Yeah.
and it's just like peeling open a packet of
But that's all
sandwiches.
the roots that's holding that
Yep,
together.
all the root mass is holding all that together.
Yeah.
You see, and all the biomass is all in the bottom, and there, it just budged in the bottom there. Look, there are the oats.
But if you actually get down further now and then you put your
Yeah,
trowel
fuck
down, actually it sinks, doesn't it?
Yeah, it disappears.
There's no compaction.
There's no compaction at all. It's only this top.
It's just that top, what, inch?
Yeah, inch or 3/4.
I mean, this is going to be, I think this is going to be fascinating to, I mean, oats are
'Cause
only worth
initially-
£130 a tonne at the moment.
You look at that and you think, well, the slot's open,
Yeah,
but the seed's not there. The seed's here.
yeah. It's pushed to the side.
The seed is pushed into the side. So by
Yeah.
opening the slot up, and it is like pulling
So
out.
actually, that's a misconception. There you go.
See
Seeing that,
The seed is all there,
seeing that slotted line, the seed is actually to the side.
and there's the resistance in the ground.
It bent your thing. Yeah.
It's okay. But yeah, that's what we're seeing. Yes, we're in a wheel mark.
But the drill still put it in.
Punches it through. Speed is critical. We need time for the disc to cut,
Yeah.
the coulter to place, and then the closing wheel to pull it in. If we go too fast, we can't do that. We can put more weight on, but then
Yeah.
we've got to try and keep the drill on the surface.
Yeah. So it's a slow job. I mean,
It's a precision job. It's more of a scalpel
yeah.
into exercise.
So
And we've got the row cleaner now up because all that was doing is that was pushing soil that was around inside the root mass, and we don't want that. That's for cleaning straw away in the autumn, or stones, and making the horizon clean. It's not going to move any of this rooted material. So the best thing is to keep it up so that the disc can cut through. The depth wheel is hard on the ground and anchoring that to stop it from hairpinning through, because the disc is cutting through then. And then the seed runs in that groove and placement's correct. And then the closing wheel has got time, and it needs time to do its work. We could open the closing wheel up, but the problem with opening the closing wheel up is that it's got no soil to work on. All the soil at the moment is being...
No, because I haven't got it. It's not
being
crummy.
held. No, it's
Yeah.
not crummy. And that's one of the challenges of this type
I mean,
of...
in a couple of weeks, all this green will have died back.
Yep.
I mean, Dwayne Beck, when I did my Nuffield, he would always say that you must continuously have the field growing all year round, must never stop, and you've got to drill in to constantly cover crops of some sort.
I think when you're drilling into a wheat volunteer, that's fine. But when you look at when the blackgrass has germinated, and we know what blackgrass does and the root mass
there's
it's
plenty of
generated.
blackgrass here.
Yeah, and we've got plenty of spring germinated coming and all. Look at
Oh,
this.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
only just popped its head through. This is not winter. This is spring. This is.
Yeah.
Look at it all. Look, all these little green crumbs, all just ready to poke their head through.
Yeah.
He has literally only just arrived. Probably middle of Feb.
Well, unfortunately, he might not have got the roundup, but
That's
hopefully
one of the challenges when you have a big
biomass.
biomass like this. Hopefully it's crowded it out. But what happens when the biomass dies back? If that crumb is available? They're all challenges we've got to look at.
So this area here, just to put this into perspective, the reason you've got these bald patches in here, this is where the archaeological trenches came.
Okay, that's
And the
why they're
diggers
all the
are-
way across.
Correct, the diggers are messing about in here.
Right.
So they've opened this bare land up, which is why we've got this sort of flush of blackgrass, probably because they've turned the soil upside down as well.
So you
like
see
a-
how the contour works. Where the ground is softer,
Yeah,
obviously the drill is disappearing, or the coulter is disappearing, and the
Yeah.
horizon, the depth is consistent, but you have got this loose material in the surface, and that's something we have to accommodate with a direct drill.
yeah.
The consistency is in the depth, not in the overall width or the work of the machine.
He's going at 200 kilograms a hectare on these oats. Isabel
Yes.
is the variety.
Yeah, they're feeding well. There's no problem from a metering side of things. The challenge is purely getting through the biomass and making sure that you are consistent depth and closing the slot to the best of your ability.
So we're over at Hornsey now. This is really nice land. This is like God's land. And so Glyn's on the 1167 here, putting with a sprinter 3 inches deep, drilling the peas. And you've got a bit of trash and whatever on here. We've got the cover crops of the mustard. So being sprayed off again. And 6 days this has been sprayed off. You can see the coloration's changed here. We've got the poo pile here from Severn Trent have brought in. So it makes such a fantastic job. It's right as a tide cross, and the way they level it off and build the wall around the outside, it's a real professional job. I couldn't be happier with them. And then peas, so 3 inches deep, 240 kilograms a hectare. Akuma is the variety name. And then we're, oh, there's one, there's a pea, there, so put that back down there. So yeah, there you go. So 3 inches to there, 6 inches to there. So Glyn's enjoying himself anyway. This is he's been waiting all winter to do this, and his digger's just over there because he's been digging the ditches out on here as well. So I'm amazed how on this 1167 how the engine runs so low on revs in comparison to the 865 we were running before, which obviously is a roaring beast. Freddie's busy on the seed, so we're down to sort of 2.5 bags there, and we got then Andy's gone with the curtain cider up to Dalton's to pick up some more seed, so we're changing varieties to Secura. So we'll do those on the fields on the other side of the road. But without the right support, like Freddie on the forklift and things, you just can't keep these drills running continuously like this. So having a second man is so important in terms of logistics. So Tom's working with, he's doing the trailer with the auger on, filling up Chris. And then we've got Sandy and Kieran are both out spraying, and then Raymond is busy rolling behind the peas. We're not going to roll behind the Certo because it's tight, but we're going to roll peas, and we do a lot of that because we don't want the stones or anything sticking up when we go to harvest and we have to go low to the ground. We need it absolutely dead level and flat. We can't afford to have a situation where we're going to pick up stones into the header and smash the combines up. Just have an update on the fuel situation. So we're having to manage the fuel stocks obviously quite tightly, and so we've got bulk white diesel as well as red, obviously, for the pickup trucks, etc. And we're being quoted, interestingly, £1.64 to be delivered for the white, but our fuel card price is £1.44, so 20 pence a litre difference. So that's some serious profiteering going on. I do think that as an organisation, or as an industry rather, I do think we really ought to collaborate this type of information and not support the companies which are deliberately profiteering on this, and should use our feet to show our response. Yeah, rolls are going well, doing about 6 kilometres an hour, 24 metres, so slow and steady. And Raymond's our roll driver, so he does all the rolling. So quite pleased with this. It's it's got capping ability because it's so light, but we needed to roll it because we were a bit worried where the grass was, in particular, like here where you can see where the combine, centre of the combine goes and all the chaff and everything comes out. It was a bit sort of slotty in place. Slotty is not really the right word, but sort of, where the grass grabs itself as the time goes through it sort of pulls it, and it leaves that hole behind where it ripped the root mass out. So anyway, the rolls have just pushed it over and it's closed it in now, so I'm pleased about that. I need an inch covering for the chemical minimum, and they're in 3 inches deep, and this is just finished it off, and there's some rain I think forecast for Monday, so this will just tie in quite nice. I've got a couple of areas where the diggers have been on the headland there, which I'm just going to tidy up with a power harrow because I'm not overly happy. The hasn't filled in the ruts, one for a better word, otherwise they'll be uncombinable, can't get down low enough. So yeah, he's on the last time round now on the headland, and then that'll be this field onto the next. So yeah, it's not amazingly warm, but it's not cold, and it's damp in the morning, so drilling won't start until about 11 o'clock, and certainly rolls don't start till gone lunch. So it's sort of delayed our sort of how many hectares a day we can achieve, but at least we're moving forward. So if we're lucky, tonight all the peas will be finished, and then it's just a case of getting the oats and the mustard done. A little bit of spring barley for RAGT to be able to grow the next lot of beer out of the variety Arrow. So we've got to do that, and then we've got that's for an example there. Look, where the rolls haven't got caught, you see, and you've got these areas where the root mass has been ripped out, and it sort of creates these holes where we need the rolls just sort of push it in again. So yeah, I don't want the moisture to go either, surprise surprise, but considering like 2 days ago this is quite wet, it's amazing the transformation in 2 days. I mean, it's night and day. So the fourth segment of our Brazil trip is now, so hopefully you'll enjoy that, and it's a great feeling that now we're out there on the land, we're cracking on, and we're actually getting some of the spring drilling done. Fingers crossed, if it goes well, we'll have it done in about 4 or 5 days, but I'm sure there'll be a weather event to ruin it for us, but fingers crossed. It's 5th of March, we're in the afternoon, it's over 30 degrees. We're up here harvesting soybeans. I'm with Metre, and he's got 5 combines out here in the field. He's got 3 John Deere and 2 Claas. The Claas are the 8700s, same as what we've got at home, but they've got a bigger header on. And he's running the chaser bin set up, and he's got the lorries on the far end of the field. He's pretty happy. Price is low, but the yield is 5.7 tonne a hectare. So it's a really good result for soybean here. He was just explaining to me some of his successes is based on micronutrients and also getting the base level of the nutrients up. So he's had a policy where he's worked on a variable rate, where he's been applying fertiliser on a variable. They test the land every 2 years, and they, every year, but they have 2 crops a year. So they're testing the leaf as well as the soil, and they're not drilling the nitrogen in, they're spreading the nitrogen in. But in the first years, when they take on a new farm, they come in and they drill it in, and they've just started using the joker to try and break down some of the soil to release some of the nitrogen. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. So, and they're getting some really good results, that they're now not having to do the variable rate application and now doing blanket spread, because they're now getting an even crop. You can see the uniformity of the crop in here, and that's why they're now starting to find that they used to sample the fields of 5 to 8 times per hectare. They're now having to reduce that because of the uniformity of it. It's quite interesting to see what results they've got, which they've really pulled up their indices, and they've pulled up effectively their yield, and they're now standardizing their output, which is, I think we're a long way off actually. We've still got quite a lot of variability in the UK, mainly down to soil type. Is the soil type the same? Is the soil the same here as it is there? Okay, so it's very standard uniformity of soil. That helps. And I said to him, which combine are you enjoying the most at the moment? And he said the Claas. So the moisture currently is 9%. They want it to be under 13, 14%. So it's currently getting quite dry, but they're going to carry on at the moment. They said that typically they have to dry because they get these sort of daily showers which impact it, but at the moment it's getting quite hot now, so the soil's going dry as well. So the overall moisture is. the train that was just going past was absolutely enormous. Interesting that all that train does is cart agricultural produce. So it brings fertilizer in one direction, it takes soybean or maize back in the other direction, and then sometimes it brings fuel up as well. So amazing that that entire train track is dedicated entirely to agriculture. Really makes you realise when you're driving through the towns and things here that it is pretty much everything, shop after shop after shop is agricultural. I mean, it's a really big region for farming as you go through Brazil. Once you get out of São Paulo, for example, which is a town of, I haven't processed it quite yet, but when you get out and you start to get into some of these others, it's amazing what the reliance on agriculture is. And no doubt there would have been a time in Australia and places it would have been not dissimilar, and it makes you wonder as mechanisation happens, etc., whether these towns will actually diminish on the importance of farming or not, whether we're still at the pioneering stage. But anyway, it's a fantastic operation here. Chaser bins flying about, no combines are stopped. They've continued, and they were just talking about the class. They like the class because of the drivers like it in particular because auto on the CBIS will control the settings. But interestingly, he was telling me that the John Deere combine has a better spread pattern across the 45-foot width from what the class does. So there's horses for courses at the moment, but they're now an investor, part owner of the Claas and Horsch dealership. So I just asked them about the Ram trucks because a lot of the farmers are running these. They've got the Hiluxes as well, but most of the farmers are driving these Ram trucks, and this is a really smart one. So I got the price of it. So interestingly, when you divide it down, it's £87,000. Well, when you compare that to product we're having to buy in the UK, in particular, say a Defender or a Discovery or something like that, I would have said that was fantastic value for what that is and what its towing capacity is, etc. And when you get inside, it's got complete luxury. And it's sitting in the passenger seat, and it's got its own TV screen directly in front of you. And then you go on his main thing, and you can watch Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever he's got set up on there. And so you go on a long journey. You don't want to be the driver, you definitely want to be the passenger, because actually you're sitting in comfort and then you're watching a movie. Tom tells me they're not available in the UK, but I'm actually quite taken with them. They're quite nice, but probably too big to park in Cambridge. But anyway, nice, 3.5, but I don't think that relates to the engine. I think it's something like 6 litre or something of that nature. Anyway, I'm sure somebody can look it up. But yeah, smart vehicles. So I keep in touch with the guys every morning, just find out how they're getting on, etc. Like our toolbox chat first thing, and spraying's going really well. Kieran and Sandy are out there, they're getting on with the fertiliser. They've got 3 lorries now running on the fert, and they've got a Bailey Bowser with Chris on the go as well. So they've got 2 lorries going backwards and forwards to Great Yarmouth, and then the third Bowser just shuttles backwards and forwards to the stored tanks, so we never get caught out waiting for traffic or whatever back from Great Yarmouth. Because now we've got the 48 metres, what we found is, interestingly, they are knocking out some serious hectares and litrage. So I think we'd have to go to a 4th tanker if we were to carry on going backwards and forwards. And Kieran knocked out basically about 260 hectares yesterday, and Sandy was the same. So they're just getting into it. Now, they're not going full tanks, they're only going half tanks, so they're doing 4,000 litres as opposed to 8 because of the weight aspect. So we're pretty confident once they get over up to 8,000 litres, they're going to easily do about 300, 350, that's our sort of estimation. So the 48 metre for us has been a game changer. We wouldn't look back now, we're really pleased with those. And the cleaning is cracking on, getting the ditches dug out, so he's getting round those where we've got cover crops and etc. ready for the spring drilling. He's getting ahead of that work. He'll stop that once he gets drilling. And then Chris, as I said, he's on the Bowser now, keeping the sprayers going. Freddie and Raymond, they're currently doing estate jobs like creosoting the fence and things, and then once it gets a bit dry, they're going to be getting on to the track repairs and everything, getting ready for harvest. When I'm standing here now watching the combines, and it is like watching my own harvest, seeing the Lexington 8700s go up and down, I feel revved up. I know there's going to be this massive anticlimax when I go back and suddenly realise that it is only March and there's no combining to be had, but nothing more exciting for a farmer to stand and watch harvest. It's probably what we wait for all year. The best bit about watching this harvest is I haven't got to get involved in the problems, or I know it's not costing me, but judging by the yields they're getting, I'll be pretty pleased to be getting these sort of yields pro-rated back into the UK crop. So we're sort of really hoping this is going to be our year back in the UK. Don't want another one of those heat periods and droughts, but it makes you suddenly realise harvest is not far away. So Simon's cracking on in the workshop. He's getting the Hilux had the new clutch in it. He's got all the MOTs now done on the vehicles, and just got one tiny outstanding job. And then now he's servicing the JCB forklifts, and Pete's cracking on. He's finished all the planting. Now it's time for mowing. So that's his most favourite time of the year. The weather's changed in the UK, so it's really the beginning of spring. I think we're not far off the doorstep of cracking on with the drilling for the oats. So we're going to get sprayed off next day or two, and then we'll be looking at potentially drilling with the Avatar, getting the oats in. Then we'll be looking at the peas, but we want the ground to warm up a bit more for the peas. I need them to bounce out the ground and get going. I need the trash to die as well, because this is the disadvantage with the cover crops. If you want to use the tine drill, we do need less trash than there currently is. So anyway, the team have done fantastically well. I still feel guilty being away, but they don't put any pressure on me. So as Tom says, I seem to get over it terribly well. No dramas, no panic phone calls, no drastic WhatsApps, just positive. Got it, we're on it, we're getting it done, don't panic. So that's the thing. Investing in a brilliant team, I think, is probably one of the things I'm most proud of. Is it's enabled me to be able to do here without having to be stood watching them. So proud of those guys and girls, of course. Mustn't forget Jenny and Marit, and otherwise they will remind me. And looking forward to returning home at the weekend and seeing if we can get on with the proper day of farming, especially now I feel revved up. What do you think, Simon? I mean, you don't necessarily know a lot about farming, so you're having a learning curve, aren't you? Because you're now you'll be an expert in Brazil farming by the end of this trip.
I will. It's the scale is astonishing. I mean, this field we're in, what's this? 400 hectares?
Something about
500 hectares.
Yeah.
Is it 6 combines running in here?
5.
5 in here.
Yeah.
Chaser bins non-stop. It's just the organisation.
Slick, isn't it?
It's another level. I thought he was going to hit the truck when he was coming along here with his combine. But
yeah, I saw the guy jump out and sort of look at him.
Yeah, that was an error mess. But what a treat! What a treat to see.
It's a privilege, isn't it, to be able to be witness some of this?
Yeah, and hopefully the channel are enjoying the insight that we certainly are, and meeting some great guys, aren't we? The farmers.
Yeah, amazing.
Creative, innovative.
Yeah.
Lots of.
And considering they have steak for lunch, we've got to up our game, haven't we?
I need to do more walking.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, well, I've never seen you eat so much. It's a well-known fact. We didn't think you ate.
Yeah.
And you eat for 3 at the moment.
That's fair.
And I can tell you now, I'm not having dinner. This eating for champions, I'm over it.
It sent you into a tailspin this morning.
I don't want to go back to look like Cousin Michael. This is not happening. Yeah. But of course, this morning I was a bit ropey.
We had to pick you up. Refuse the doctor. I'm on a 20-year non-doctor run. I'm not
going now. I'm not going now. Yeah, definitely not going now. I'm very proud of the fact I'm going to die in a ditch before I see a doctor.
Pharmacy, okay. Got some tablets.
Yeah, your fingers hanging off. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So this is you're part of the family.
Yeah.
Which has this dealership, and this dealership is Horsch and Class.
Exactly. And
just explain that how it works, because also the farm we've just been on, they're also partners in this business.
Yeah, so this business is 3 partners. It's Metre, who runs the dealer,
Yeah.
and the Dutch family is 2 brothers, Renato and Márcio.
Yeah.
And they started the business in 2021. Márcio and Renato started with the relationship with Horsch by being customers of Horsch.
Okay.
Yeah, so they like the machines. They invite Metre. So we have a new seeder in the farm.
Yeah.
There's some German guys doing a great seeder that go to the farm and see it.
Yeah.
Metre used to sell to Márcio and Renato grandfather, then the
Okay.
father, and now Metre it's partners with Márcio and Renato.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this is typical sort of machinery that you'll see in Brazil. That you've got out here, you've got second-hand machinery you've obviously traded in. And that machine there, what is that?
This is used for I need to think what's the name of the culture for. It's amendoim here in Brazil, but
Is it for cotton?
no, amendoim it's like just give me a moment. I'll
No, just tell me what do you use it for?
This one is for harvest amendoim. It's a kind of culture here in Brazil. Amendoim used for do sweets and oils and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Right, okay. Yeah. And is that quite big in this area?
It's growing. It's bigger in São Paulo,
Yeah.
where you have like more sand in the soil.
Yeah.
It's big in São Paulo, this one,
Okay.
and it's kind of a culture that we are using lands that are not. It was mainly used for cattle here. Yeah, poor lands.
Poor lands.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. So if we walk in, you show us round. You say that this was originally a farmer's seed building.
Yeah.
And you converted it.
They started here around in the 80s, so it's
Okay.
been almost 50 years.
And then you've repurposed it.
Exactly. Here we used to storage seeds and fertilizer and stuff like that. These 2 houses in front, now one of the houses we turn into our office,
Yeah.
And the other one it's still a house.
Oh, so you've got security on
Yeah,
site.
exactly.
Yeah, got it. So we've got stores here with all the machinery. We've got quite a lot of offices, around the place.
Yeah, this is the service guys. So we have Rodrigo and Gabriel here. They're mainly connected to the field and working with the technicians.
Yeah.
Here we have Thiago's office. Thiago is the manager of this branch in Chapadão do Sul. There we have the guys from the administration parts and
Okay.
accountability.
Yeah.
And here we have the Horsch Connect room.
Oh, is
which
this to show people how it works?
Exactly, sure. Who it
Okay,
is?
so this is the Horsch Connect.
Yeah,
So this is just showing what
So-
one drill is doing.
exactly.
Is it the same drill or is it different?
It's the same one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same one.
So I'm assuming blue means travelling, and the grey is working.
I believe yeah.
Yeah.
It's filtered by the speed, So blue it's
Okay.
another speed.
Okay.
Here's the speed where
Okay, 7.5k.
he's planting. Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
He's-
and is that maize?
exactly, maize.
Yeah. Okay.
And here is on the
That's
on
traffic.
the road.
Yeah.
So
And
here-
then what's
here's
this screen here telling you?
This is the machines we have running right now.
Oh, I see. So you click on one of those, it's
Yeah.
going to come up on there.
So we have this Maestro Duo running right now.
Yeah.
We have this sprayer running right now.
Yeah.
Here's one, here's here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So are the Brazilian farmers converting to this system when they're buying the Horsch?
Just swapping customers.
Okay. This is just the customers for this dealership.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
it's been very good experience. We are kind of 1 year into this project with Horsch, and we kind of we can see some data that we not in the past we're not kind of measuring this. So in some areas where you can measure some, so for example, we put a joker on the field and
Yeah.
we see the variation of the how can I say that, the space between one seed and another, and how this alters on the field where we use some soil management.
Yeah.
Okay, you can understand that.
Yeah.
So we also here we can see when we can anticipate some problems and just call the client. Oh, I'm seeing you got some problems there. Oh, I'm not even know that.
Are you actually monitoring it?
Yeah, I'm not aware of that. So the client's not aware.
Interesting. You're, as a dealership, you're actually monitoring, and then you're ringing the client.
Exactly.
So you're almost preempting the problem.
Exactly.
And you've got somebody doing that, and then they'll send an engineer out or something.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, and it's good. It's something that we can use.
That's only going to get better, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's not something like another bureaucracy. And Klaus also have this kind of...
Yeah, I've got it on the convoys.
Yeah.
But we don't have anybody monitoring it. So that's the interesting bit. So parts-wise, you must be getting deliveries from Europe all the time in containers or something, are you?
No, Horsch, it's everything in Brazil.
It is.
Horsch has a big factory in Brazil, which is located in Curitiba.
Oh yeah, we've been.
Yeah, Horsch started the factory here in Brazil in 2017, and then in 2023 they opened a big one, which you visited.
So you don't actually get parts coming from Europe. You're just going straight to the Brazilian headquarters.
Exactly. For the Horsch operation, just from the Brazilian headquarters. For the class operations, it's all importation.
Nice. I love the fact that you've got a dealership which has also got farmers who own it as well.
Yeah.
I think that must be an interesting dynamic sitting around the table when you have your meetings.
For us, it's the kind of importance of the urgency of the after sales, you know?
Yeah.
So we kind of have this feeling of being agriculture owners, so we have to have urgency, not of the after sales guys that needs to attend these clients.
Ideal. So they got just nice wood in there, and they got these large lumps of beef just turning very nicely. So I've made a big claim earlier on that I'm not going to eat tonight. I'm now thinking that perhaps I might be persuaded. It's another fantastic day, wonderful, just uplifting. Meeting some amazing people, seeing some brilliant infrastructure being put in, and you feel like a pioneer being here, seeing what's happening. So yet again, thank you ever so much to our hosts, and we keep subscribing, keep liking, and keep sending the comments, and hope you're enjoying the journey around Brazil. Tom's just putting the power drill on. I'm going to go tidy up a couple of headlands where we've got the ditch spoil out, etc., where we've been ditch digging. Hopefully that will go and it won't be too wet. So if we're lucky, Glyn will get the peas finished tonight. So we're pretty pleased with that. It's a good, strong performance. A couple of areas where the very strong amount of grass weed pressure or cover crops, etc., is blocking the drill up. We've got to go tidy that up with a power. But that aside, Raymond's getting rolled up behind. So, should be by Sunday, I would hope that all the peas are done. And if we're lucky, we will have done all the oats by then. It's going quite slowly at 8k, so it's a slow performance, but might be then on to the mustard. So look forward to seeing you next week on Wednesday, and I hope you enjoyed the fourth part of the Brazil trip. It was an extraordinary time. When the sun's shining, we feel a lot happier, suddenly feel a spring in our step, and there's some enthusiasm. Simon's done a great job in the workshop. He's basically down to the dregs of service now. So all the vehicles are done, etc. So now it's literally down to the strimmers and hedge trimmers, etc. And now the compressors. Once that's done, we've got a secret project on, which I won't tell them yet what it is, but I'm waiting for them to get everything done. So this next week, fingers crossed, unless we get some breakdowns, we will be able to crack on with some new projects. So looking forward to that. See you Wednesday. All the best. Bye-bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate it. And have a look at the shop. Get your T-shirts bought and whatever. Keep Tom too busy packing. And we will see you Wednesday. Bye.